You are welcome again to our program on this segment that we title Justice in the Dock. This is a segment where we talk about controversial legal matters that are pending in Nigerian political space. By saying controversial, we're talking about that are more politically inclined and politically related. For example, the arrest of prominent allies and friends to the past administration. I'm talking about the arrest of Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, the arrest of Chris Ngige, the arrest of Malami, the arrest of Godwin Emefiele, the arrest of Darius Isaku, and a lot of them, Yaya Bello, to talk a lot of them. What are people saying about this arrest? A lot of people, for example, Atiku Abubakar, he has continuously said that this present government is trying to weaponize the institution of the government against the opposition. Is that really the case? Or do we have any other reason to believe that these people have not committed all these atrocities and offenses for which the institutions and parastatals of government are prosecuting them? Let's take, for example, the case of Malam Nasiru El-Rufai. Who is El-Rufai? El-Rufai is one of the northerners, one of the prominent northerners that are former governors of Kaduna State, and one of the Nigerian most outspoken political voice. Is known for his bold reforms, although they call him the man that has a lot of controversy. So this is who he is. Then what are the allegations against this guy? The allegations of corruption, the allegation of financial mismanagement, the allegation of cyber-related offenses. He's been arrested. He's been granted bail. He's been rearrested. So the pattern of arrest, granted bail, rearrest is raising some eyebrows. Some people ask, why now? After falling out with this present government, it was with Tinubu. He said Tinubu or nothing before 2023. But since Tinubu became the president, he fell out with this present government. So why now, after leaving office? You can ask that question. Why do all these cases intensify when the politicians, when they fall out of favor with the present government? Why do similar allegations against others move slowly and disappear? Why some will move without disappearing? Is what Atiku is saying, that the present government is just trying to weaponize the institution of government against opposition? Is it valid? So from the government perspective too, the government has come to say no one is above the law. That leaving office should not be that you will not be accountable for the reports of your stewardship. It is justice. That to them, they say it's justice, it's not politics. Why the opposition, they view it as like Atiku, who has been very outspoken about this present Tinubu government, that the government of Tinubu is trying to weaponize the agencies and parastatals of government against opposition. But one thing is crystal clear. As lawyers, we will not be able to discuss on the substance of this matter. But we should be rational whatever we think about this matter. A minister or anybody who has been appointed into a position, at the end of the year, at the end of your tenure, you will be given accountable of your stewardship. Let us look at the situation in Nigeria. Will always remain like this if we don't get it right. Remember the country that is called Korea. Korea, as a student of history, we were made to understand in our history class that in 1945, immediately after Japan lost the war, the Second World War, Korea was divided into two, the South and the North Korea. The North Korea were managed by the Soviet Union, while the South Korea they were managed by the United States of America. And don't forget, before 1997, although from 1997 to date, the law is not applicable in North Korea again. What was the law? If you are found guilty of mismanagement of state property, if you are found guilty of embezzlement of state fee, you should be prosecuted. And once you are found guilty, you are going to be what? Death penalty. Death penalty was a law in North Korea before 1997. And that made their public officers to sit tight. So I am of the view that he who come to equity must come with clean hands. We will remember a lot of things that transpired. I remember vividly when former governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiku, when he became the minister during the Obasanjo's regime, he became the minister of housing, rural and urban development during the Olusegun Obasanjo regime for a very short time, maybe for a period of a year or so, I can't vividly say. And this man went and tell the government of the day that, oh, I am going back to Ondo State to become the governor. You think Obasanjo is lenient? Obasanjo as a candidate at heart, in person of the late Agagu, if Mimiku have committed an offense, he has embezzled state fund, Obasanjo would have weaponized state institution of EFCC and some other state apparatus against that man. But because he has not committed any offense, sin to them, that was why he was left alone to go. So that's just a clarion call for everyone who is taking an appointment, for everyone who is being voted into power, that at the end of your 4 years, at the end of your 8th year, you are going to give a stewardship, a report of stewardship. And when state institutions that are saddled with such responsibility to go and see what you have done, whether you have mismanaged the fund that belong to the public, and if they find you guilty, if they find the investigation, they've been able to see that you have done something wrong, then they can take you to court. That's their duty. I leave you with this thought. If justice only show up when power disappears, is that really justice? When there is no more power, when you don't belong to the government of the day, is that really justice? I don't think as Nigeria we are getting it right. If at this stage we are emotion towards somebody who state agencies and parastatals, they've carried out an investigation upon, and they are trying it. Not that they are the court themselves. No, they have said they have found something between him. They are taking him to court. That is their civic responsibility. That is their duty. Let the law have its cost. One thing is really crystal clear. It is not just a legal battle. It is a test of our Nigerians' democracy. It is a test of our democracy.